So last week in Croft, we saw a privateer Subaru come out of nowhere to dominate the race and win by a car length over a works car. Can we see the same here for round number 2 of the NASA RallyCross Challenge 2013B season in the Netherlands at Valkenswaard? We shall see. As hello everyone, I am Josh Mertz, bringing you the commentary feed as always for the Automotive Sports Network, getting ready to go for what should be a cracking race here as they cross the English Channel, and we're here in the Netherlands at Valkenswaard. It's a vastly different track from Croft. As you see, there's only one alternate path, and it's not even a path. It's basically a little hop, skip, and a jump, and then you're back onto the main course. Anyway, before we get started here's ASN social media, as our Facebook page is facebook.com/Automotive Sports Network. We post everything on there, news, notes, broadcasts, pretty much anything. Twitter, which is hooked up to our on-demand page, twitter.com/ASNTV_USA, and join the conversation, hashtag ASNTVUSA for Facebook and Twitter. Really, all we do on Twitter is have our little automated guy post the broadcast links on there, but other than that, unless there's some serious news going on, we won't really use it. YouTube.com/ASNTVUSA is ASN On Demand. Most of our programs are on there currently. ASN Live page was twitch.tv/ASNTVUSA. That is our live page, which then we would export the broadcast to On Demand, but we haven't really had anything live with our friends at Glacier TV lately. Our site, which is being worked on, ignore the domain. Our site, which is currently being worked on by our creative producer, Victor Valiant, looks fantastic. It's asntvUSA.wix.com/ASNTVUSA if you'd like to take a look. And I didn't say that, Victor, so don't yell at me. And if you have any broadcast inquiries, comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions, email us at any time, 24/7, at asntvUSA@gmail.com. Now, this shoots us into the Java Shot Designs plug. If you need any painting done for any of your racing interests, contact Adam Sweet at his page, Java Shot Designs, at facebook.com/Java Shot Designs. So as I just mentioned, we're at Valkenswaard here in the Netherlands for round number 2 of the NASA RallyCross Challenge presented by Rockstar Energy Drink. As this is the format for today's race, we have 14 cars here, down from the 18 that we had last week, but that doesn't mean we won't have an exciting race. We have 3 heats. 1 with 4 cars, 2 with 5 cars. They're 4 laps apiece. The top 2 in each heat advance automatically to the final race. The winner gets a bonus point. The others move to the last chance qualifier, and you have to take the shortcut once. As you see in this camera shot, the asphalt is the regular course, and you should see a little dirt path farther in the background. That is the shortcut. The last chance qualifier gets the drivers that didn't advance. That's a 3-lap race. The top 2 advance to the final, and the rest are awarded points on how they finished. The top 16 get points, so everyone would get points here because we only have 14 cars. You have to take the shortcut once in the last chance qualifier, and then the 8 drivers who made the final will compete for 8 laps, and they have to take the shortcut twice, and they can be taken at any time during the race. So as everyone's rolling up to the grid here, on pole is Brandon Lambert in his semi-works Volkswagen Polo, which just won Rally Finland with Sebastian Ogier and Julian Ingracia. And then, Privateer Subaru points leader Tanner Smith, along with the works Citroen of Cody Erdman, his first start of the season, and then the Privateer Ford of Aaron Johnson. So Volkswagen, Subaru, Citroen, Ford, 4 different manufacturers for 4 laps here at Valkenswaard as we're revving them up, getting ready to go, as we have 3 Americans and a German for the Nations Cup fans. Our points leader in Privateers, and second place in in works, but Erdman jumps, and it's lights out, away we go! So he got confused, rather, with the start procedure, as into turn number 1 is Brandon Lambert leading, as Tanner Smith gives him a bump, slides him around, gets him straight again, as now Aaron Johnson filters through the lead. As I forgot to mention that the way the lights are, Erdman was confused. He thought the end of the red light was the start when it's actually a green light like Global Rallycross. Aaron Johnson leads. Tanner Smith Erdman nearly smashes into him. Taking the shortcut is Aaron Johnson in car number 43. Then it's Tanner Smith, Cody Erdman, and Brandon Lambert. So everyone pretty much under a blanket now. So that bump really didn't hurt Lambert. It just set him back a few yards, you could say. End of lap 1. Aaron Johnson is your leader here at Valkenswaard as he's sliding the cars. Now they have to take the chicane. You saw him cut the chicane on the original start, clobbering the curbs as Tanner Smith looks to the inside into turn 1. Can he make it stick? Johnson almost gives him a bump. Erdman trying to take the lead. Over under by Aaron Johnson into turn 2. Can he get it? No, as that's really a 1-lane one-lane corner. Johnson dives it in. He's trying to make it stick, but what a pass from Tanner Smith, and what an effort from Aaron Johnson to try and do an over-under. The shortcut Tanner Smith. That was a good pass from Tanner Smith, and it was an equal Aaron Johnson sideways. It looks like he clipped the grass, but that was an equally great effort from Aaron Johnson, and now it is for naught as he's in 4th place. End of lap 2. Tanner Smith is your leader in car number 13 for ATN Autosport, the privateer leader. Then it's Cody Erdman in 2nd in the Citroen World Rallycross team car. They are 2nd in the Works points. And then Brandon Lambert, I believe he's 4th and last in semi-works points in his Volkswagen Polo. And then Aaron Johnson, I believe, is 4th as well in privateers. Nations Cup leading this race is the United States, and your Drivers' Championship leader is leading this race as well on lap number 3. As we're going to come to take the white flag, here's Brandon Lambert now takes the shortcut. As it's going to come down to Erdman's merge with Tanner Smith. As we're going to come around to start the white flag lap, you see the Citroens. We posted on ASN, the ASN Facebook page, white flag for Tanner Smith. We had a story about how Citroen and Revolution were talking about upgrades. The Citroen factory were pushing hard to get their old Citroen C4s to Rallycross spec, and you think that it'd be bad to have an older car like that? Well, in Rallycross competition, you don't exactly want your fancy-smancy new car getting torn up to pieces. So they have their 2 Citroens here taking the fight to the new Subarus as Tanner Smith goes around the corner. Cody Erdman takes the shortcut. They're going to merge right together out of the shortcut. They make contact! And around is Erdman, around is Smith from the lead. So this is going to filter through Brandon Lambert through, and that's what he wanted to see. Out of the final corner comes Brandon Lambert to win Heat 1. He gets a bonus point. Transferring through is Cody Erdman nonetheless. Tanner Smith in 3rd, and Aaron Johnson will be 4th. So as I was mentioning, the Citroens have their new cars. The Carolina cars have their new cars, the Subarus, but Revolution does not have their new cars, and we should see if that will play a factor in today's race. So that was the finish here, and we're going to get heat number 2 ready and up. So those drivers have now been told to get out to the grid, as we are going to get everyone out of the pit lane here at Valkenswaard. So here is the drivers for heat number 2, as it doesn't take them very long. As you see, there's a long staging lane here at Valkenswaard, so all you need to do is get your car up to the staging lane during the heat, and then you're ready to go. So this is the grid. Austin Hakes in a privateer Ford for Revolution Motorsports. His first start. Then the Carolina Motorsports Subaru, the Works Subaru of Matt Kemp, as Dunlap Brad could not make it. Josh Mertz in the other Citroen C4. And then Eric Webler in his Semi-Works Mitsubishi. He gets his launch control ready to go in the Barbecue Sauce Mobile. So here we go. A privateer, a Works, a Semi-Works. So it's the 2 Works cars. As here we go for 4 laps as they're revving them up here at Valkenswaard for Heat 2. It's lights out. Away we go. Off the line, Mertz gets the whole shot, followed by Austin Hakes, and side-by-sider Kemp and Webler into turn 1. Will he have contact? We're waiting. Nope. Everyone gets through cleanly. So a good turn 1 at Valkenswaard. It's a very, very tricky turn 1 from the start, especially when you have cars around you. Into the dirt for the first time. Mertz leads in the Citroen, followed by Austin Hakes, who goes wide. Matt Kemp trying to take the fight to the 21. Let's see who takes the shortcut. Hakes takes it in his first lap. So does Webler. So out of the shortcut, Hakes still holds the position. So if you can get it right, you'll hold your position. If you can get it really good, you can gain time. Or if you mess it up, you'll lose your position and lose time. End of lap 1, Mertz leads, is battling Hakes and Kemp in the Ford and the Subaru, as Hakes, I believe this is a backup car, or not a backup car, but this is a really first season car from Tristan Hagenstein that they quickly reskinned. So I wouldn't blame him, as Tristan Hagenstein does have some pretty good equipment from the first season, 2012A, which was about a year ago actually. As Josh Mertz leads here in lap number 2, Austin Hakes in 2nd, Kemp 3rd, and Webler turbo failure, and he's trying to find the alternate turbo, and I don't think he can find it. The Mitsubishis, I know, run a backup turbo as it's coming to the end of lap 2, and Mertz leads in the Citroen. The Mitsubishis run a backup turbo, and he's trying to find it, and it looks like he found it, and he's going again. It's just really, the switch is really hidden in amongst all the switches in the car. as Mertz leads, as we're on lap 3 now with Austin Hakes and Matt Kemp. So Austin Hakes in his first start here, impressing, as he bought that car from Great Lakes Motorsports, reskinned it in the paddock. I actually saw them walking through the paddock. The Revolution Motorsports crew was wrapping their car in the paddock, as that's what rally mechanics do. As Mertz leads on the end of lap 3, coming to lap 4 here. Hakes is your leader, and I don't believe Kemp took the shortcut yet, so we'll see here momentarily as he hits the wall. So at the end of lap 3, white flag as Josh Mertz is your leader for Citroen. As last week, he made contact with Tanner Smith on the start and went off the track, and he drove back inspired. He drove inspiredly, as I don't think that's a word, but we'll go with it. He drove inspiredly back to second place and with a car length of winning the race, so you know he wants to win this race for many reasons, especially to prove that the new Citroens aren't a fluke as he takes the shortcut. So this is probably going to confirm his win as Matt Kemp takes it as well. So we're going to see the merge. Beautiful drift getting into the shortcut for Matt Kemp as it doesn't look like he can get it. So Mertz out of the final corner. He's going to win heat number 2 uncontested as he slides, hits the wall. And to redeem himself here, let's see what he does. He does a little victory weave. That's good enough. Second is Hakes, and third, first driver to the LCQ, is Matt Kemp. And Eric Webler is in the 4th position, but he is about a lap down. So a bonus point to Mertz in 2nd place. Hakes gets through to the final in his first start, and so does Matt Kemp gets sent to the LCQ along with Eric Webler. So in a moment's time, we will have heat number 3, as I kind of forgot on the grid that Chris Wetz was supposed to be on that grid. We were supposed to have a 5-car heat for heat number 2, and apparently something was messed up in the suspension during practice. He broke something, and that was that. So he was unable to compete. He'll have to go to the LCQ. So here's heat number 3, 5 cars. So the Netherlands hero, Tristan Hagenstein for Great Lakes Motorsports. Team Klondike on pole in his privateer Ford. Then it's Luke Fleming in his works Subaru. And then Dylan Livingood, your double defending champion in his works Mitsubishi, along with 2 privateer Subarus, Daniel Bellamy, and Adam Simons, which is strange because he said he drove this car from Croft. He was there in Croft supporting his driver, and he drove his street car, slapped on some decals, and came to Valkenswaard to race with RallyCross. So 5 cars, 4 laps. It's lights out, away we go. Off the line, it's going to be hard as no. Hagenstein with the whole shot. Livingood in second, 3 wide with Fleming, Bellamy, who gets into turn 1. Will he be clean? Hagenstein drives the corner way wide. 3 wide for second for a moment there, as this is going to allow Livingood to blast out away from the rest of the field. Hagenstein getting close to Bellamy. Simons, will he dive it in for third? He dives it into the corner, nearly makes contact with Bellamy. That sends him a little bit wide. Livingood to the shortcut is now contact with Simons and Bellamy. That's going to send Bellamy off the racing line. So Livingood leads. Fleming, Simons, Hagenstein, Bellamy, as I thought that Simons hit the dirt mound at the end of lap 1. Your double defending champion leads here in Valkenswaard. So Hagenstein went from leading to 4th in 1 corner. As the Dutch crowd, they need the hometown hero to win, as although it's strange, it doesn't really seem that the hometown favorite wins, because the leader is Canadian, and he has yet to win in the Canadian tracks, because St. Eustache is Josh Mertz territory for the 3 races we ran there. And then Livingood won in Germany last season, and Mertz finished 4th, and he didn't race in 2013A. So Simons, an issue on his car at the end of lap 2. Livingood leads, so he's going to be going again. So 2 laps to go in heat number 3 here. The Valkenswaard rounds go pretty quickly. About 4 minutes a heat, 44 second laps if you're fast, and he is currently the fastest driver on the track. As the way NASA Rallycross officials do it, they keep track of lap times. It's strange the way they do it. We're not offered a scoring ticker. We are offered a scoring box of their laps, so that's why we don't use it. So we're on lap 3, coming to the end of lap 3, and starting lap 4 now. Bellamy and Simons to the shortcut. And Livingood, coming off of the final corner, will take the white flag in car number 1. As you see, they have yet to afford correct number plates. As Simons of Bellamy, nice pass from Adam Simons, wow! slid the car and passed him in the last dying moment of that corner. Livingood pulling away. Fleming and Hagenstein. Then Simons and Bellamy having the nice battle in their privateer Subarus. Can Bellamy fight back? We'll see, as they're going to take this dirt right, or the asphalt right-hander to go into the dirt. Sliding as Bellamy into the tight right-hander as Fleming takes the shortcut, so that seals his second place. And off the final corner, your double defending champion will win heat number 3 here in Valkenswaard. Pretty much uncontested as he immediately goes to burnouts. Fleming second, Hagenstein to the LCQ, as it looks like Simons has parked the car. So uncontested for 4th is Daniel Bellamy. So Simons must have hit something and parked in frustration. So the 1 and the 75 through to the final, as the LCQ is about to get up and ready. So this will be a 3-lap race here at Valkenswaard, with the drivers that did not advance through the final. Everyone's ready to go here. We're going to have 8 cars for this final. There's Chris Wetz. They did get the car repaired. So Daniel Bellamy, Adam Simons, Eric Webler, Matt Kemp, Tristan Hagenstein, Aaron Johnson, Chris Wetz, and Tanner Smith. So 2 privateer Subarus, semi-works Mitsubishi, and a works Subaru. Then it's a privateer Ford, a works Mitsubishi, and a privateer Subaru. 8 cars for 3 laps. You have to take the shortcut once. We rev them up here at Valkenswaard. Who will get through the final? It's lights out, away we go. Terrible start from Eric Webler. Good starts from Kemp, Simons, and Bellamy. Into turn 1 they go for the first time. Tanner Smith dives it in there, makes contact with his teammate. Tanner Smith tries to make it. Contact with Aaron Johnson and Tanner Smith. So, side-by-side are Tanner Smith with Aaron Johnson. Wetz sneaking his way through. Remember, he's fantastic here. Into the dirt right-hander. As they're diving in, contact with Tanner Smith. Contact, and that's a red flag. Red flag immediately. There's a red being thrown by race control. We will re-rack the field for our first restart of the day in the LCQ, as that was an interesting wreck, as everyone now winds their way back to the start line, as there's that little access gate there, as the field winds their way through, as it looks like Eric Webler just drove it straight back to the pit lane as he was too far away from the restart gate. As everyone getting ready to go once again here at Valkenswaard, as the field is pretty much ready to go. So it's a Subaru. It's Bellamy, Simons, Webler, Kemp, Hagenstein, Johnson, Wetz, and Tanner Smith. So we rev them up for 3 laps, the first restart of the day in the LCQ. The top 2 advance. So here we go. Everyone revving them up. 8 cars for just 2 spots to get into the final. As here we go, we finally get to rev them up for the final time before lights are going to be gone. Here we go, it's lights out, away we go. As off the line, Simons looking to block Bellamy to the grass. I don't know if race control is not going to like that. Simons all over the track, contact between the teammates, and around is Smith, rather, wow. I got tongue twisted, so the points leader's out, and Webler got turned around, so did Kemp. So leading is Aaron Johnson on the road, and then side by side is Bellamy with Simons. So Simons wants to get this really, really badly to the shortcut. As Johnson around is Simons from the bumper of Hagenstein. That's a big issue, as the drivers don't say when they're taking the shortcut. Simons all over the track in car number 08 as contact with the 27 and 13. So around is Hagenstein. At the end of lap 1, Aaron Johnson's your leader in car number 43. And it looks as though that Simons has parked the 08 once again. Bellamy wants to get through to the second consecutive final. So does Aaron Johnson, but they're both fighting for the lead with Chris Wetz in second once again, like last week. 2 laps to go. Remember, the LCQ is only 3 laps. There's not enough time to just lollygag. You need to be up front, and you need to be pushing people out of the way. That's what Tanner Smith was doing. He needed to bash people out of his way. That's RallyCross racing. If you get taken out in turn 1, you have to drive very like a mean person, as Wetz is around, nearly making contact with Tanner Smith, as Bellamy. Now Smith making contact with Johnson, as that was a mess. So Smith is around once again in car 13. So now Bellamy leads on the white flag lap from Aaron Johnson, Chris Wetz, Tanner Smith, Matt Kemp, Eric Webler, and Tristan Hagenstein. So Bellamy trying to get to the second consecutive final. He won his heat last week, but there's only 3 heats this week, so he wasn't able to win his. And Wetz now, he wants to make the final. You know Chris Wetz is quick here at Valkenswaard. He won the first 3 races here. Cody Erdman won in 2013A. Wetz, I believe, finished in the... Actually, he was not on the podium for last season's race, so I don't know. Out of the shortcut, Bellamy is your leader. To the inside is Wetz. Wow, what a pass from Chris Wetz! As out of the final corner, it's going to be Bellamy winning the LCQ. Chris Wetz in second, Johnson third, best of the rest. Tanner Smith in fourth, Matt Kemp fifth. And a battle for sixth between Webler and Hagenstein. And Webler gets it at the line. And then seventh is Hagenstein. So everyone here is going to park up as we're going to get the results of the LCQ for you guys here. As we're going to, like I said, get the results from the LCQ here at Valkenswaard before the final kicks off. So once we get it here. So the results from the LCQ in Valkenswaard, the cars that did not transfer, I should say. The running order of the cars that did not transfer: Aaron Johnson, Tanner Smith, Matt Kemp, Eric Webler, Tristan Hagenstein, Adam Simons. They will occupy positions 10 through 14. So we're ready for the final now here in Valkenswaard, and this will be good. On pole, Brandon Lambert in the Red Bull Volkswagen Polo R that's leading the World Rally Championship with Sebastian Ogier and Julian Ingracia. Then it's the Citroen C4, which in 2008 was dominating the World Rally Championship with Sebastian Loeb and Daniel Elena. And then Dylan Livengood will be in the third grid spot on the front row from winning Heat 3. And then Daniel Bellamy winning the LCQ. Then it's going to be Cody Erdman, Austin Hakes, Luke Fleming, and Chris Wetz. So both Works Citroens, both Works Revolution Mitsubishis, and a Works Subaru. Then a private Ford, a Semi-Works Volkswagen, and a privateer Subaru. So this should be good here, as we're getting ready to go for the second round of the NASA RallyCross Challenge. Glad you can join us here in the Automotive Sports Network here in Valkenswaard for the second round, as we have 8 cars. There's over 5,500 horsepower getting ready to go for round number 2. It's an 8-lap final. It's lights out. Away we go. Off the line like usual. As to the chicane is Erdman, as Livengood gets the whole shot into corner number 1. Livengood leads. Around is Bellamy. Around is Mertz. Once again for the second consecutive week goes the Citroen driver. This time it wasn't his own doing, as Wetz spun him around. So now that resets everything once again. I said last week, Mertz is in the back. Livengood leads. Lambert, Erdman, Hakes, Fleming, Mertz, Bellamy, Wetz. So Livengood to the shortcut. Very awful shortcut, back end jumping around on the Mitsubishi. As Erdman makes contact with Hakes. That's not going to be very good for Austin Hakes, and not going to be very nice for race control to look over at the end of lap 1. Dylan Livengood leads with Lambert, Erdman in third, Mertz fourth, Fleming, Hakes, Bellamy, Wetz. That's your your final running order, as it looks like Mertz clobbered the curbs trying to push his way back to the front, as Luke Fleming battling with him, as it's going to be a battle for the lead momentarily on lap number 2 between Dylan Livengood and Brandon Lambert. So Livengood leads. He took his shortcut already, but he has to take it again. We'll see if he does here. Yes, he does. He slows down, so this should put him in the lead still. He hits the tire wall. That's not very good. As to the shortcut is, I believe, Mertz. Yes, he is taking the shortcut. So both of them took their shortcuts already. So at the end of lap number 2, Dylan Livengood leads from Lambert, from Erdman, from Mertz. Looks like a transponder issue on Cody Erdman's car. So that is the top 4. Then it's Fleming, Hakes, Bellamy, and Wetz. So the driver who spun out of second place in the LCQ, finished 18th, didn't get any points, is in 10th or 8th in the final here in Valkenswaard in his best track. So Livengood in the dirt right-hander. That's one of the best corners on this circuit, as Erdman bowls through the 5 of Lambert. As that that's happened all race long, that the driver just gets driven over if they don't say any intention over the radio, but I don't think Lambert had time to, nor could he, as he's focusing on the road. That's a cut from Josh Mertz. I don't know if the race officials will appreciate that. As Livingood leads at the end of lap 3, as I might be messed up on laps. No, it's lap 3. So Mertz through on Erdman, as back to 5th is Lambert, 6th Hakes, 7th Fleming, 8th Bellamy, or 7th Bellamy, 8th Wetz. So Livingood, we're on lap number 3, I do believe. As Livingood leads, Mertz is in 2nd, Erdman into the shortcut. So the second driver coming out right behind his teammate, as Livingood wants to stretch this lead, as he's won once, and that was Germany last season. And I'm listening to the radio, Mertz is saying, you know what to do. That's one warning. So that's getting interesting. Lap 4 in the books. And the second driver using team orders perhaps, because his teammate's not running the full season. Mertz lost by a point in 2012C, and he doesn't want to lose by another point here in 2013B. So lap 4 now, here at Valkenswaard, as Livingood leads, Mertz, Erdman, Lambert, Hakes, Fleming, Bellamy. Bellamy bolts Fleming out of the way in the Subaru. As Hakes and Lambert to the shortcut now. Wetz and Bellamy battling here on lap number 4. As Livingood, comes around the final corner. He will take lap number 5 now. As Mertz pushing really hard with his teammate behind him. As this battle's still raging on lap number 5 between Wetz and Bellamy side by side in the chicane. It doesn't work, gentlemen, as Wetz cut the chicane. Will he get the position? I don't know. He did for a moment. The slide job by Bellamy, he can't get it done. Move Wetz up a position. So Livingood trying to stretch his lead. Mertz pushing for all he's worth. It seems like if he wrecks on the first lap, he ends up doing fantastic. As we're going to come to lap number 6 now. As Hakes is around almost out of the asphalt. As Erdman into the wall! So he spins again! As 3 laps to go. Here in Valkenswaard, Mertz pushing like mad to try and get this position. He wants this position really badly. I do believe it's 2 laps to go, or 3. We'll see here momentarily if I'm informed by my director in my ear. Livingood, Mertz, Lambert, Hakes. Hakes is in 4th in his first start. Good run by Austin Hakes, but he has the winner of this race last season and then the winner all the other seasons behind him, Erdman and Chris Wetz. So Mertz pushing really hard as Mertz runs it wide. So I was wrong. We are on 2 laps to go, coming to the white flag here in Valkenswaard for the double defending champion, then the champion before him, 2012B. And then we have all 3 champions currently on the provisional podium. White flag in the air for Dylan Livingood. 1 lap left for the double defending champion for Revolution Racing. Can he get this victory in car number 1 and try and hold the number 1 for a 3rd consecutive season? As Lambert in 3rd comfortably, as this is the snake pit for 4th between Erdman, Hakes, Wetz, and Bellamy. So Livingood trying to hold the spot. Mertz is pushing so hard, squirming under acceleration, but I don't think he has enough time. Around the double apex, final couple of corners. Dylan Livingood off the final corner. He's going to win in Valkenswaard for his 2nd career victory as Mertz is around. He's going to throw it into reverse as he gets 2nd place over Brandon Lambert. 4th place, Erdman. 5th is Hakes. 6th, Bellamy. 7th, Fleming. And 8th is Chris Wetz. So what a drive from Dylan Livingood as he's burning it down here in Valkenswaard. What a race. What a finish for 2nd place. Wow. So, let's go through the final results here from Valkenswaard. Your winner, Dylan Livingood, in car number 1. Josh Mertz came up close again, but this time it was for 2nd place as he finished his 2nd over a bumper backwards over Brandon Lambert. Cody Erdman is in 4th in his first start of the season. Austin Hakes in his first start ever finishes 5th. Bellamy 6th again for the 2nd consecutive race. Fleming 7th, and Wetz is 8th for the first race that he finished in the final 4. Aaron Johnson, best of the rest, in 9th. Tanner Smith 10th. Matt Kemp is 11th. 12th is Eric Webler. 13th, Tristan Hagenstein. 14th, Adam Simons. And the cars that did not show up but asked for provisional points. 15th, Dunlop Rad. 16th, Jacob Kraus. 17th, Nick Cars. 18th, William Espy. So let's go through your points here after 2 rounds here in Valkenswaard. Leading the World Drivers' Championship points is Josh Mertz for the MRT Red Bull World Rallycross team. 36 over Livingoods and Tanner Smith's 28. Those two are tied for second. 4th is Luke Fleming on 25. 5th is Daniel Bellamy with 23. 6th is Brandon Lambert with 21. Aaron Johnson is 7th with 19. Dunlop Pratt is 8th with 14, even though he did not run this week. Cody Erdman is 9th, even though he did not run last week. He is 9th with 13. Caleb Paul has not run this week, so he is still in 10th with 13. Austin Hake's first start, he has 12 points in 11th. Eric Webler, 12th place with 11 points. Chris Wetz, 13th with 9 points. Mason Wellborn did not race today. He is 14th with 9 points. Keith Sherman as well. He did not race. He has 8 points. Tristan Hagenstein run both races but missed the final. He's 16th with 7 points. Matt Kemp has 7 points as well. Tristan Hagenstein gets the tiebreaker because he ran more races, as they're both tied. 18th, Case Brinksman. He did not show up, but he has 4 points. Jacob Kraus, 15th and 15th. He has 3 points in 19th. Adam Simons ran this race. He is tied for 19th with 3 points. Casey Lester, 21st with 1 point, and then Nick Cars and William Espy both have no points, and they are in 22nd place. The Manufacturers' Championship, Citron's leading by 5 points over Mitsubishi, as Mitsubishi and Subaru had the equal finishes. Livingood 10th and 1st, and then Tanner Smith 1st and 10th, so they have 31 points tied for second. Ford has 23 points, with those two finishes are from Aaron Johnson, They are 4th, and then Volkswagen with 21 points with Brandon Lambert. Your Works Constructors Championship, Citroen Red Bull World Rallycross Team, 5 points over Carolina Motorsports A-Class with Mertz finishing second twice with 49 points. And then Carolina Motorsports A-Class with 44 points. And even with the win with Revolution Racing this week, that they are still 3rd in Works Constructors Championship. So the Works Constructors Championships champions are 3rd in the championship after 2 races. So the Semi-Works Constructors Championship, Brandon Lambert is your leader, which is strange because he's a one-car team, but he has a 9-point advantage over the Team Webler powered by Mitsubishi team with Casey Lester and Eric Webler. Mangled Lemons Racing didn't show up this week. They get a provisional, and they are 3rd with 8 points. And Carolina Motorsports B-Class did not represent, so they are in 4th with 5 points. Your Privateers Championship this week, still, it's blown wide open now that Tanner Smith didn't get into the final, as he has 28 points. Daniel Bellamy has 23 points. Aaron Johnson has 19. Caleb Paul, 13. So it's Smith, Bellamy, Johnson, Paul. Austin Hakes for Revolution Motorsports in 5th. Mason Wellborn 6th with MW Enterprises. 7th, Great Lakes Motorsports with Tristan Hagenstein. 8th, Case Brinksman. And 9th, the 08 car for ATN Autosport is with Privateers. If you have more than one car, you are scored separately. So they are at the bottom and the top of the list for the Privateers Championship. And the Nations Cup, the United States is holding a slim lead over Germany, just 1 point, with Brandon Lambert finishing 3rd and winning his heat today. Germany with the 2 consecutive second-place finishes for Mertz, as it's U.S., Germany, Canada, and the Netherlands, as 37, 36, 28, and 7. With Livingoods win today, it propels Canada up to within 9 points of the United States. And with Hagenstein not getting his feet set in this championship so far, he is languishing back 30 points behind the United States. So those are all the points. We are going to take one last look through the social media here at Valkenswaard, as our Facebook page is facebook.com/Automotive Sports Network. We post everything there. Twitter.com/ASNTV_USA, hashtag ASNTVUSA to join the conversation for Facebook and Twitter. On Twitter, we have it linked up with our YouTube On Demand page, so you get all of our broadcasts in a tweet. And if there's any serious things going on, we might post a tweet here and then. ASN On Demand is youtube.com/ASNTVUSA. All of our programs are posted there for you to watch anytime on demand, commercial-free, uninterrupted. And our ASN Live page is twitch.tv/ASNTVUSA. We don't have anything going with our friends at Glacier TV currently, but when we do, we will have it there, and then it'll be exported to our ASN On Demand page. Our website is down. Well, the domain is down, actually. We haven't purchased one. So ignore the asntvUSA.tk part. Our site is asntvUSA.wix.com/asntvUSA, but we are working hard to get a domain name. And if you have any broadcast inquiries, comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions for ASN, you can email us at any time, 24/7 at asntvUSA@gmail.com. Last time today, this broadcast was brought to you by JavaShot Designs. If you need any painting done for any of your racing interests, contact Adam Sweet at his page at facebook.com/JavaShotDesigns. So I hope you enjoyed today's coverage of the NASA RallyCross Challenge presented by Rockstar Energy Drink here from Valkenswaard. It was an incredible race, and we hope to see you next week at Charlotte. Program note, tomorrow around this time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the first round of the Fast Fresh Talent Series from Daytona will air on demand. So keep a lookout for that. So that's all we have time for here in Valkenswaard. I'd like to thank you for watching a presentation of the Automotive Sports Network, your source for motorsport. And for all of our staff here at the Automotive Sports Network, congratulations to Dylan Livingood, your winner today. I am Josh Mertz, and so long, everyone.